Hello, everybody, and welcome to our online eLearn workshop. Today is January 19th, and my name is Jessica Edwards. I'm your instructor for this course. I can be reached at my email, which is listed on the screen. Just a few reminders as we get started. Class does start promptly, so please be logged in and ready to go. Also, please complete the setup wizard by clicking the tools in the upper right or upper left of your screen and select Audio Wizard. Also, when you first enter the room, your electronic hand will be raised, so please put it down by clicking the hand in the box to your left. In preparation for class, I ask that you turn off your phone, shut your door, just really prepare to focus and be engaged for this short 15 minutes. We're going to do a real quick quality check for those of you that are live with me. We will do this together. If you're a virtual listener, you just hang tight. First, let's give me a green check if you can see the record in the upper right hand of your corner of the screen. Awesome. And a green check that my slides are visible, so can you see the words quality check? Awesome, okay. And lastly, double check that the audio is working. Can you guys hear me okay? Perfect. Okay. Our learning objectives for this class, for this session, you can see on the screen. Discuss how social presence, teaching presence, and cognitive presence of the COI model can improve our online allied health classrooms. Explore ideas and techniques that we can use to improve effectiveness, and of course apply those three presents to our classroom. All right, so the big idea. What is the big idea for this course? Basically, it is how can we make online learning as effective as face-to-face? How can we really overcome that stigma that has been placed on online learning? So online or face-to-face, is one really better than the other? According to a recent poll by the U.S. Department of Education, classroom-based education rated higher in all performance-related questions. So with that being said, in fall of 2014, there were 5.7 million students enrolled in distance education courses. So how can we make 5.7 million students have a better and more effective learning experience? So here's just a really quick overview. We learned this last week in our last class. The COI serves as a framework to teaching and learning and recognizes the importance of shaping the environment and the educational experience. We're going to go through the three major components: social presence, teaching presence, and cognitive presence. Let's give me an emoticon. Which of the three do you guys feel like is lacking the most with your online courses? So give me a smiley for social presence, a thumbs up for cognitive, and an applause for teaching. Awesome. Okay, so looks like you guys are both kind of split there. So it is important that we have all three of those in our courses. So. All right. Social presence refers to the need for students of online learning to identify with each other as real people. Low social presence can be a particular issue in text-based systems. Social presence does not mean that all topics and conversations really need to be agreed upon. However, we do encourage students to express their own feelings throughout discussion. So there are several ways that we can improve social presence in our online classrooms. First, we can use personal profiles and photos to really help the students learn about us as an instructor and other students as well. As I mentioned before, you can encourage students to include their feelings and their own experiences and ideas. And since the primary method of delivery is through technology, we need to make sure that the quality of our videos, of our pictures, really help the students stay connected and pick up on all the social cues. So I mentioned just a few. Let's go to the text chat and enter another way you feel like you can improve social presence in your online classroom. Looks like we got some of you typing here. Take attention away from self-paced to collaborative learning approach. Absolutely, Greg. That's a wonderful, wonderful way. Looks like Sarah's given us something here. Asking and sharing more information about ourselves. Absolutely. So we want them to have that personal, really kind of get to know you type thing. Of course, when it's relative to the subject as well. So, okay, teaching presence. Sorry, I just lost my place. Okay, teaching presence. So we really wanted to develop a connection with the instructor is critically important to students. We want to feel as if the teacher really cares about them, cares about the work that they're doing. So let's see, let's go to the mic real quick. Let's discuss, you guys give me some ideas quickly about how we can improve teaching presence.
Well, I can give you an example for what we do with e-learning is we could actually have a teaching presence. It's all pretty much self-paced CBT type of online training, and there is no teacher presence, so that would be a great start.
Yeah, anything then, right? How about you, Sarah? You got some ideas there?
I kind of agree. I just struggle with when I ask a question and they're like, oh, come on in and meet me in my office. And I feel like there maybe needs to be a little more effort made to work online because I don't even live in the same state.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely tough to just stop in. Is more of a day job. So, absolutely, those are great ones. So we can also incorporate a short video that introduces ourselves as the instructor. Of course, we need to share our own personal stories and our experiences throughout the class so that we can show the students our passion for what we do. We can encourage the interaction and asking questions and always refer to the students by their names as well. That's very important, which is sometimes hard to remember. Provide detailed feedback and reach out to the students who are struggling as well. So. Let's see what else. Let's go to the mic again. Oh, you guys actually, we just went to the mic. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's move on to cognitive presence. Cognitive presence is one of the more ambiguous presence that is to apply. In short, cognitive presence is basically sharing how our minds adapt and integrate and think about the content and ideas that we have to learn about. Just having social presence and interaction really is not enough. We've got to have the good cognitive presence. So there's two factors that go into the cognitive presence. One, the community of learners, and two, interaction that really includes meaningful conversation and communication. And incorporating critical thinking skills is very important as well. There are 4 categories of events within the cognitive dimensions that we need to stimulate the intellectual process, and that's the triggering event, exploration, integration, and resolution. So what can we do to stimulate critical thinking? We can have discussion forums that include thought-provoking questions to really get the students thinking and applying the course content. We need to have clear participation guidelines for discussion boards, however, because sometimes they can just be a one sentence. So we need to make sure the students know exactly what is expected of them and make sure they know that's an important part of the activity. Small group activities where students can discuss a topic, even a complex one, with the goal of really creating something together. Some sort of forum for a debate, possibly. That always gets people going. So, for example, the instructor could assign a topic for discussion, and students argue their point of view through a live event. We could also, and this is kind of new, I've never done this, but I think this is a very good idea. We could have students log on and start a blog to really reflect on each module or topic. So that's something that I think I would like to implement. So, okay, so now we're going to get to use our tools. You see a nice big blue box. So let's see. go to the whiteboard, use our tools to draw a text box, and type one way that you feel like you could improve cognitive presence in your classroom. I think we could have a better idea of the overall learning objective. Oh yes, asking for goals of learning early, absolutely. Yes, yeah, we definitely want to know what we're supposed to get out of it. You're right, Greg. Exactly. Okay, good. All right. So we are going to use those whiteboard tools one more time. And using your whiteboard tools, type one idea that you feel like you can specifically apply. So some of the things that we've talked about were general. What can you specifically apply to your classroom that can lead your students to really think outside of the box? What is something that you could do specifically? Are those tools working? There they go. Sometimes it's hard to get those text ones going. We could incorporate more social interaction, which will generate more critical thinking, absolutely. Share an idea and have another student explain why that was answered that way, absolutely, sure. We can in the allied health profession, we like to use case studies as well, so we can give them case studies and really have them work together as a group to critically think their way through them. That's one that I like to use. So, okay, good job. Okay, and in conclusion, regardless of really the magnitude of decisions the allied health students must make, it is really essential that we have the clinical reasoning and critical thinking skills to make good decisions. So by applying the 3 stages of community of inquiry model, we can greatly improve the effectiveness of our online classrooms. As a result, utilize the positive aspects of e-learning to improve the educational experiences and the outcomes. It's up to us as educators to really ensure that we are teaching, evaluating, and assessing those critical thinking skills. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down indicating how comfortable you feel like you are applying those 3 stages to your classrooms. Greg's good. And so is Sarah. Awesome. All right. So you guys can go to the mic if you have any questions. You can use the text chat, or you can always email me. Those students that are listening to the recording, you can email me with questions, and please, of course, include all of the interaction in your this class summary. So are there any questions?
No, thank